some footage if my Instagram comes up. Instagram does not like to come up at all when I'm on live.
Got shot on his leg, right?
Yeah.
I think it was on his
leg. Yes.
And he had to go to the hospital, and obviously.
Right. So today's the 8th. On the 6th, they were at outside Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino down in Hollywood, Florida. Kiari Cephas, which is Offset's real name, he was shot in the leg, lower body area, non-life-threatening injuries, and he is currently stable and recovering in a hospital. There was a photo of him in a wheelchair in a hospital gown smoking a port. Shout outs to that man.
He sure was.
Safe, well recoveries. Insane. But still, very much shot in his lower body area. I don't want to say pew pew. You want to know why? Because I'm a grown ass man. I am at this current moment pushing the age of, you know what I mean? And in pushing that good age, I don't think that and this is also a reoccurring rant for me, is I don't feel like saying pew pew instead of saying I don't want to call somebody a pedophile. It'll unmonetize you. You know what I mean? So, I mean, as you can tell, I do not mince words with this thing. It's not going to be YouTube who makes me rich or any of these people. It's got to be the people, and I'm with the people, and I'm not mincing words. We're not saying no pew pew for people that got shot, because what happens is, and when you do this, you're really not changing the meaning of what's happening, right? But in the beginning, when you change something from being shot or being shot at to pew pew, you kind of cartoonize it, if you will. That's a word. Cartoonify it. You just jack it up, and you make it less serious than what it actually is. And then when people grasp onto the word and use the word, it just becomes still a violent word. We know what it means, know the meaning behind words. I don't understand this whole, I can't call somebody who interferes with kids a pedophile. I gotta call him a PDF file, and I gotta say pew pew and saying someone's been shot. Or I can't show somebody a weapon that was clearly used in a body cam footage or on a self-recorded video. It's crazy the things they let slide and don't let slide.
Call someone a pedophile. I don't understand why. If that is a word.
It's a word.
It's not a bad word. It's a word that describes what they are.
Right. And I get the thing where they're talking about you don't want to defame someone or lie on their name or anything like that. But you could say alleged pedophile, right? Let you say.
I mean.
Yo, that was such a Freudian slip of the buttons, but it's so
appropriate.
It really is. Appropriate, if you will. Appropriate. I don't understand what just happened here. I don't understand what happened here. Something stupid happened. All right, so yeah, they were at the casino, basically gambling. Some people said. Let me refer to my notes. I love this. All right, so yeah. There was a fight that started in the valet area. The video that I'm trying to pull up is the video of the aftermath, right after the. Oh, here we go.
Show me the video. Oh, I see it here.
Oh. 2 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'll turn the screen so you can. All right. Usually I have that screen so we can both view it anyway. All right, now I can't see it. Damn it. All right, Offset, Hollywood, Florida, Monitor. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, my Instagram is acting very crazy. All right, and they're not going to let me show it. Look, this is how Instagram acts to me. Oh, here we go. It loves me again. All right.
You know, in Hard Rock.
Loving it.
Gun violence. You're in the casino in Hard Rock.
Right there. And that looks like Lil TJ, getting dragged off. Because we just saw the video of him walking out of jail or whatever, right? But let me make sure I give you guys the right information. Life-threatening injuries. This is what happened. Police say reports started after a fight, little altercation in the valet area, as we were just watching. The shooting happened, the pew-pewing happened shortly after the altercation escalated. And it says Offset was reportedly taking photos with fans moments before shots were fired. Now, this is where little TJ fits in. I'll show you guys little TJ. Here's little TJ. It's little TJ. For you guys that don't know who Offset is, here's Offset. He is the father to Cardi B's 1, 2, and 3 children now, because technically she was not divorced when she had that last baby with Stefan Diggs. So it's either her name or his last name. I think she probably chose her last name. Anyway, here's little TJ. They have that song, I think it's Run It Up. Run It Up, you know what I'm talking about? Run It Up. Now I gotta play it. I'm gonna play a little smidge. And he also has it's a song with Offset, Moneybagg Yo. Oh my God, I need to at least get to the good part if we're gonna do it.
By that gang, stupid, be honest, you fuck with us. Hearing no walk inside,
right?
Be clutching
I know it
up.
sounds
When
all
they
over.
haters,
I'm trying to
they
get
got
to the
enough
hook,
of us.
but I'm not trying to catch these charges off of, because I do agree with, I can't be just using someone's art. All right, hold on.
Run it up, 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 run it up.
No? Okay.
You're not gonna listen to stuff like that.
Anyway, I get it. Run it up. Yeah. So, blah, 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 blah. That's where little TJ is. That's the song right there. He was charged with misdemeanor disorderly conduct, a fray. It's for fighting. And in some reports, driving without a valid license. Now, it's important that he's not been charged with the shooting itself, and his lawyer and TJ both deny any involvement in the gunfire. Now, reports suggest that the incident may be tied to ongoing tensions or a prior dispute. This is when the streets start talking. This is where you get into the realm of academics and world star hip hop and all those type of rags. And yeah, there's a lot of speculation about a financial dispute, allegedly a debt floating online, but this is not confirmed as a motive. There is also footage showing that, let's see if I can find it. Offset collecting winnings. That's what I will search. Offset collecting winnings. Vidges. Here we go. Instagram is yet doing its Instagram thing. We'll wait for that to come up. All right. So there were a lot of reports saying that there was ongoing tension. They did not say that it was really a financial dispute. It's not confirmed as a motive as of yet. And authorities have detained at least one other individual who remains nameless unless you confirm it with the streets. But there's nobody, an official whistle, quote unquote, media that has identified that the other suspect. Now, Offset was shot and is in stable condition. The incident followed a fight. This is what is absolutely positively confirmed. Little TJ was arrested only for disorderly conduct related charges. No one has been officially charged with shooting anyone as of yet. Now, this is what's unconfirmed. There's a lot of internet talk who actually fired the shots, whether Offset was the intended target, and the exact motive. What are they beefing about? If it was over a beef, was it money, a conflict between entourages, etc., etc. Now, earlier in that day, Offset reportedly was at a yacht party, acting and behaving normally. I don't know what his normal behavior is. Is it turning it up and running it up. I don't know what the behavior is, but around 7 p.m. the fight broke out at that casino valet. So moments later, shots were fired. Offset was hit, and then immediately after, Offset was transported to the hospital. Little TJ was detained and arrested. Now TJ posts denial and a lawyer statement the next day. So this is not yet a confirmed Offset versus Little TJ shooting situation. What's real right now is there was a fight involving people around surrounding both camps. Offset got shot. Little TJ got arrested because of the fight, not the shooting. Anybody else reporting on this right now is they might have a little inside knowledge. They might know a member of the crew or something like that. So, I guess for entertainment purposes, because even though someone got shot, it doesn't seem like it was a serious shooting. It seems like Offset got lucky on this one.
Yeah, but they have to arrest someone for shooting him.
They were in Florida.
He didn't
all right.
shoot himself.
So now this is where we're gonna get a little speculative, and I'll throw my fake lawyer cap on because I've watched mad hours of court TV and Matlock. All right, so in Florida, and we're talking about Florida with the stand your ground laws and everything like that, it's not really crazy to even have a gun, carry, conceal, whatever. If you get in a fight and you're getting thumped on, it isn't like a huge thing to pull your gun out and shoot somebody stand your ground. That's what the stand your ground law was all about with Trayvon Martin and everything like that. Trayvon was whooping up on old boy Zimmerman, and then Zimmerman went and gliding with the blicky. I think
he's homeless somewhere.
Yeah, I heard he's doing real bad, and I mean,
I never wished him bad, but
I did. Fuck him. Yeah, fuck him. He was selling Skittles, signing bags of Skittles,
I don't wish him
and of tea or whatever. No, I will use a little bit of my energy to push the carrying on a little quicker and a little bit more devastating for people. Like I've spent my whole entire life, and I think you know too, and I think you're a great person. You're a lovely person, and I love that about you, that you're holding it down, because I am about to go dark 3 times. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go dark 3 times, as you can tell, as the weeks mount, and I'm over here talking about the issues of the day. You can tell there's a little bit more edginess, there's a little anger, there is a little dark. When they did the dark Brandon for Joe Biden, when he was started talking his shit and pulling his belt up. I mean, that's how I feel. That's why I take that. Like I used to be like, oh, we need to pray for them, and but that's cool. I pray for Tiger Woods. He's addicted to whatever he's addicted to, allegedly. He has been officially charged with DUI, by the way. Yeah, they just did that today, I think. But I'll pray for Tiger Woods. He didn't hurt anybody. It seems like he has some issues in his life. He hasn't done anything hateful or said anything hateful, even though he is dating. He's dating a Trump, isn't he?
Who?
He's dating. Who's?
I don't know who he's dating. I haven't heard anything about him dating anyone.
Oh my God, I can't type right now. Evelyn.
What?
My keyboard just died.
Your keyboard just died?
My keyboard just effing died.
Oh, really?
Don't worry, I got a spare right now. You guys hold up. I'm gonna throw in a little bit of this for you, and by the time it's done, I should be back up and rolling. Oh, yeah, I was talking and producing. It's quite a task.
Instagram is not blowing up.
And,
it's just playing out per usual.
Instagram always plays me out like per usual. That man is mad at me.
Not one person.
I find it hilarious.
Everybody's mad.
I
understand that, right?
I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious. I think it's a power trippish thing, if that's what it is, because I don't know really what it is. I have no idea what it is. But if that's the case, that's crazy. What's up, Ramit?
Oh, Ramit's in the house.
He's here.
Hi, Ramit.
He's here.
He's a faithful listener.
I know. it's tough out here. It's tough out here in these streets. All right, so I was getting my keyboard out to do what? Oh yeah, Tiger Woods' girlfriend. This thing, you don't want to type now? Okay. Tiger. I like the way this thing types.
You like that one better?
Vanessa Trump, the ex-wife of Donald Trump Jr. There you go.
So she's really not a Trump.
Yeah, but she's a
Trump.
But she's a Trump.
But she's the ex.
She's been
trumped.
Yeah, she's been to those parties, those weird ass parties and barbecues or whatever they call them, picnics. She's been to that shit. She's been to Mar-a-Lago. She's seen some weird ish. She's a Trump. But yeah, Annan, she said she's standing by Tiger's side. He's one of the most eligible bachelors in that area of the world down in Florida.
I didn't know he lived in Florida.
Meanwhile, in Florida. So, yeah, that's what that is. I'll pray for Tiger Woods. This is what we're going. The dark mo, dark mo 3 times. I'll pray for Tiger Woods.
You play.
I'll pray for Tiger Woods. But yo, if you're doing hateful stuff out there like that, like, nah, I'm cool.
Do you think he's doing hateful things, or do you think he's just sick? You know, do you think that addiction is a sickness, or are you one of those people that are just judgy and say, oh?
I mean, I think it's a look. I'm not a doctor, but I do trust the people that are in the addiction field that say, like, yo, this is a disease. You know, these people can't help this. Knowing myself, I have ADHD. I always felt something was wrong. I finally, figured it out, got diagnosed, and then I researched and studied up on it, follow groups on Facebook, Instagram, and everything just to keep up and keep information on what's going on. Not just, like, because I get a lot of them where I'll tell my symptoms. I'll be like, oh, yeah, that's me, ADHD. That just confirms that I have it. But also, I try to follow those pages where they be like, look, bro, you have this. I know you feel stuck. This is some of the things that you can do, some of the tools and tricks that can help you get out of this. Even though we both know and all know that these tools and tricks, I mean, they work, but that's the thing with ADHD. It's only going to be temporary. You still gotta. It's harder to focus on whatever. It's harder to focus on whatever. So, yeah, I get it. I'm supposed to be here at this time doing this, blah 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 blah, but that's what it is. But yeah. I believe it's an addiction and everything like that. But like people such as Trump, I see a lot of people talking about Tucker Carlson now and giving him big ups because he's calling out the Trump administration. But he's one of the reasons why they're in power in the first place. Like when we were talking about Chile last week, I can't. You know what? I had a thought though. What if Chili's not lying? What if she's telling the truth? What if she just made a little mistake? What if she was just an airhead and she was just like trying to donate money? Somebody came at her and she's like, yeah, I'll get some money. I'll write a check for this. You know what I mean?
If you are more than welcome to give her the benefit of the doubt. It just looks real bad.
I know it looks.
If it's just like one thing.
Right.
But to repost a video.
What if she just had? I imagine her having. You remember that movie, Meet the Parents with Ben Stiller, Gaylord Fokker, and he's just having a series after series of mishaps. Like anything that could go wrong to him was going wrong. He's trying to smoke a cigarette and he's trying not to get caught. He throws a cigarette, lights a little cabana on fire. You know what I mean? Jinx the cat is messing with him. Clothes get wet. Everything's missing. Like, what if she just had one terrible day where she ended up reposting, and then months down the line, someone was just like, "Oh shit, we saw that repost about you. Maybe Chili's on there," and just hit her up for some donations and just was being nice, kind, and quote unquote evangelical Christianly. And she was just like, "Oh yeah, like who's not gonna want to put money up for kids that are being human trafficked? Who's not gonna want to put up money for the vets? Even though we know." And these are type of things that were tied to recently to the right wing. I know this. But if you're just like I said,
I don't believe her, but okay.
I think Janet Jackson should get more heat then. Remember I was reporting, she did the whole I heard Kamala isn't even black thing, and she was talking all Christian evangelical conservative. I didn't see her come out on no Instagram post and be like, yo, I'm apologizing to you. So but honestly, like, I believe Chili, I am with you, the rest of the flock, on this. I will be a sheep on this. It looks bad. It looks terrible. And maybe she's just, doing this so they can, sell some tickets and it's not all controversial for her. But then I'm thinking at the same time, like, yo, like, what if she just honestly, and this is a hypothetical, honestly, I'm thinking about it as a hypothetical, just driving to work. And I was like, yo, what if she tell the truth? What if she ain't mean to hit the repost? What if she ain't know which charity she was giving to? She was just being, altruistic out of the bottom of her heart.
I mean,
then that would be terrible, because she's got like more than half of the world against her right now. She's got nothing but negative comments going up in her on her page or on her posts and everything like that. Like, what if she is totally innocent?
Nah.
But what if? Imagine she's totally innocent. The crazy thing about this is we really can't prove. You can't prove if somebody really meant to or not meant to repost. And it is quite possible, even though it takes a couple different steps to repost, that hey, maybe she hit something by accident, put her phone in her back pocket, and her ass cheeks hit things. People butt dial people. Yo, I have butt dialed the most amazingest people I don't even know I had in my phone.
Butt dialing is different. It takes one beam. That's it.
I'm just saying, what if
what she did?
We're doing a hypothetical, Evelyn? I need you in a hypothetical mind frame where this is actually true. Like, how do you feel you found out the truth and you realize how many people have dumped on this lady? Are we still having that same energy for Janet Jackson?
I mean, I don't know. I just don't think that people get over things. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure if it comes up in the conversation and people remember, like, that she said that, people will not be okay with it. But right now, we all know that this world is basically, like, oh, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's the next news? What's the next? Can we cancel next? Like, they get tired quickly. Next week, they'll get over it and cancel somebody else versus what somebody else said or whatever. Like, that's what social media does. So, yeah. That's why I don't care about any of that.
I don't think nobody's ever going to get over Chili for this.
Why? It's not like she's hot or anything. Like,
it's not. It's old, but I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. It's over. It's not like she's going to come out with a new album or anything like that. It's not like she's going to be able to sway the minds and hearts of these people that have already had this opinion on her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still, Kanye's done. I've been throwing out Kanye, but at the same time,
he's done. But he has a sold out.
He's got sold out concerts. His music he's still making bangers. Well, I got the slides on right now. I've all admitted this before in previous shows, but
see someone post. I forget who the comedian was. A black comedian. He was like, somebody was asking him about.
I don't even know what I'm showing right now on the screen. Nothing.
Kanye's show and how he's been sold out. And he said black people forgave him, white people haven't, because of his comments. And that's why
specifically Jewish people. I seen David Schwimmer had a 4-page Instagram post basically of calling out Kanye and saying that this is a pattern. It's not a mental health thing. You know what I mean? Like he has issues, but I honestly think that Kanye does have mental health issues.
Oh, absolutely, he has mental health. I mean, there's no doubt about it. The man is not all there. But
even with what he said, and this last year. The information that we have gotten and the revealing of the state of Israel, if you will, and the treatment of the Palestinian peoples and this war that we got going on with Iran, it has been a tough time for anybody who is a quote unquote Zionist right now. It's a tough time for anybody in Israel. And you know what I think about a lot is that, listen, America is fucking up right now. We are fucking up all over the world, in front of the world. We are shitting the bed, if you will, if we're going to use this type of language that I've been using, right? But you and I sitting here, we tried to warn people that this was going to happen. We speak out about it. We fight against misinformation here. We keep people updated on what's going on. We break down the complicated stuff into just edible, bits of information for the people. Like, there are people in Israel right now that are going through the same shit. Like, oh, we can't stand Netanyahu. We've been trying to tell people about this bitch. We just trying to live our lives and blah, blah, blah. We love the Palestinian people. I have Palestinian friends. Stuff like that. Like, just good people. And you still got the whole world hating you. I see a lot of posts.
He said that about black people. He said slavery was a choice.
Oh, we're talking about Kanye?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were just talking about
Oh my God, I was on something totally different. Yo, my God, you in that phone deep.
Wow.
You're in that phone deep right now. That's what you're doing. You need to be paying attention to the conversation that we're having at hand, because we're having a very important conversation about. Well, no, I was off Kanye. Oh yeah, well that's what you're talking about. Like, yeah. Kanye was kind of wrapped into it, and then I kind of veered off. So forgive me as I sip from this 0 sugar, 0 calories, 0 caffeine, 0 sodium Mandarin orange, but sweet and clear American soda beverage, if you will. I'm done with if you will. I'm done with that. Did you just roll your eyes, if you will? Yeah. Don't roll your eyes at me, if you will. Don't do that. Bring back my fishes. Bring back my fishes. Bam! They back. 1, 2, they on air. One of them was missing a fin when they popped back, but they're there. And coincidentally, as you can see, that UFO is back at the same damn time. Am I losing my mind? What's going on? What is going on? No swerve. No swerve. It's a social show. No swerving.
It's an experiment.
Oh my God. This is an experiment. Hoffa. Bologna and cheese, cheese, cheese. Please release me. So Iran, all right, so we got this ceasefire going. We all know that it's really never really a ceasefire. You know that the American media has said that Israel was a part of this ceasefire, but Israel is still bombing places like Lebanon and around there. And then we got Iran still going. The missing airmen. All right, so there is damn, I can't find it. Oh, here we go. All right, so the FBI, Times News. I gotta be fully transparent. Here we go. With Crazy Eyes McGee right here. Kash Patel says FBI arrests suspected leaker of downed fighter jet over Iran. I'm going to show you. I'm showing you. Right? So the FBI was basically saying they arrested a former U.S. Special Operations Command employee. A Special Operations SOCOM. There you go. For those guys that know, SOCOM. It's a special elite unit for elite fighting forces, right? All right. Anyway, the employee was arrested for allegedly leaking the downing of an F-15E fighter jet that was shot down over Iran last week, right? So the FBI announced today, Kash Patel described the suspected leaker as a former SOCOM employee who he said they supported top-level military warfighters. I told you. for allegedly transmitting classified information to a member of the media. So, during a Monday press conference at the White House, President Donald Trump told reporters that the government was looking very hard to find that leaker, describing the leaker as a sick person. Now, stop right there, full stop. There is so much information going on with this leak. And basically, this is the leak. All right, I'm going to paraphrase. It is leaked information. More should be coming out soon if they don't suppress it. But this is basically the story as I understand it. F-15 fighter was flying around with some helicopters, and they were doing it near one of the defunct, obliterated nuclear sites that they had. I believe there was like 3 sites they attacked in like September or over summer, right? Remember we did a show on it, right? And I remember back then we were like, yo, how do we know it's been obliterated? Because this administration was lying. That was one of the big themes of that show. And I was showing you guys like how much nuclear material you need to make some heavy explosive, kill the world type stuff. We had a fun time doing that. Right. Now, it is being said that the fighter jet was blown down and that the pilot had ejected, kind of like got a couple scrapes and bruises, sprained his ankle, and then traversed up a mountain, right? A mountain. Now the information that the Trump administration gave made it seem like he had traversed this mountain, and the information they gave didn't make sense because the way this man would have traversed the mountain in Iran, you guys can, well, yeah, now you should be able to see the satellite imagery because they cut down satellite communications going back to the United States from Iran when all of this was going down for some reason. There was a total of blackout, all right? If we're doing some conspiracy stuff, right? So, they said he hiked up this mountain, and the information they give, when people do the math on it, it would have been the same equivalent of a man hiking Mount Everest, if you're understanding what I'm saying, right? And I don't know anybody that's gone to Mount Everest on a messed up hoof. If you have a sprained ankle, it's not going. By the way, side mission, did you know that they have found a huge ass scam with the Sherpas that were taking people up to Mount Everest, poisoning them? They said and getting them airlifted off the mountain. The helicopter people were in on it. The hospitals were in on it. They were all in on it, and it's all crazy. Millions. The crazy thing is, most of it you don't feel really bad because most of those people go up there are millionaires, billionaires, and they're just trying to tackle some shit. They're wealthy and well-off people. But then there's people. There's the average dude that was like, yo, I want to climb Everest, and he really had a passion for mountain climbing and saved up all his little hiking and tour guide money to go up to that mountain, to tackle that mountain and have something to talk about for the rest of the remainder of his life, and probably got poisoned by these people, got medevaced off of there, had to pay a huge bill to these people and the hospital, and then didn't even get to realize his dream of reaching the summit of Mount Everest. Ain't that some crazy shit? But not in this case right here, because we know that it's kind of flim-flam that somebody with a busted will would be able to traverse up a mountain in that elevation in Iran with that type of craggy-ass, mountainous, steep, unforgiving terrain. I'm being poetic right now.
I always think the people that go to like mountains and stuff, like they're trying to hike, like Mountain Everest, where a lot of people have died and stuff, like. What is your purpose? What is the purpose of doing that?
Because
that you're risking your life.
A lot of great people went up there and died and couldn't do it. So if I can go up there and do it and come back, that is bragging rights.
They died. You think you're gonna make it?
The thing is too about Mount Everest is they said that they can't bring all those bodies down there. So there are still bodies up there that have been up there frozen for 20 years now. And that's insane. Just like why couldn't, like, in all these years they couldn't build a gondola to make it up there?
Because it cost a lot of money.
I mean, how much money? Because we're spending a lot of money on this fake ass Iranian war right now. All right.
That mountain doesn't belong to the U.S.
So now they're saying that this pilot didn't None of this happened. Now they're saying during the rescue mission, they sent out helicopters, they sent out airplanes to recover this guy, because now he's supposed to be deep in the bowels, if you will, of Iran. He's like within Iran. So America does this operation. They find that abandoned airfield that's close to one of those now defunct nuclear sites. I'm not giving names and locations because I can't pronounce any of that stuff right now, and I don't want to sound more ignorant than I'm probably sounding right now about it. But anyway, so like near that site, they land people to make a perimeter, go out on foot and search for this guy. They're supposedly flying airplanes over, using drones, trying to locate him, and they say that they rescued him, got him back. What Iran is saying that is, no, bro, we shot a couple of those planes down, we shot some of those helicopters down, we made it down there before all of you guys, and you guys got messed up. But at the same time, on the other end, the documents look like the planes, like I don't know if it was like a C-130, like a big old cargo plane. It looked like two of those planes had crashed, and helicopters had crashed. And then United States, when you get into stuff like that, you usually have to destroy that equipment. Like, you crash and you got to destroy that plane because you don't want that technology falling in other hands. That's what they're saying. But Iran is saying, no, bro, we shot them shits down, and not only that, we still have the pilot. Now, Evelyn, there is a missing pilot that's been saved and recovered, and he's recovering nicely. We have not gotten a name. We have not gotten a picture. We have not gotten anything of this man. The way that this war is going, the way that this administration has been presiding for the last year, indicates to me that there is a lot of rotten bullshit going on at this White House. Not only that, the administration focusing so much on someone who leaked this information right now at the time, even before the guy was supposedly recovered, is also very telling that there is a lot more going on to this story than is being reported.
I think that happens a lot, actually.
Yeah, it happens all the time. But what's happening now is that you have an Iran who has technically won a war. I'm pretty sure Iran has been busted up and destroyed, but a lot of people think it's out in the desert and there's tents and camels and shit, but they have built up infrastructure, real buildings, mosques, people go worship, pray, eat, sleep, school, study, go to the hospital. They have a whole little society and civilization there. Now, even bringing that up, we can go about the tweets of Obama, of Trump, of Donald Trump threatening to wipe Iran, trying to destroy their silver lake. That he will obliterate his. I'm paraphrasing again. The tweets saying that he will destroy Iran. The tweets on Easter saying open up the effing strait, cursing. You haven't heard about any of this? Mm-mm. Oh my God! While I'm talking, yo, hit them Googles, Ev. Hit them Googles right now. Because he has been wilding. He has been wilding out.
Well, that's nothing new, is it?
It's nothing new. But, and this is what I said. This was like when I came on the show, and like my mom, Winnie Boo would be like, yo, like, stop cursing or something like that. And I'm like, yo, like the energy, the whole vibe, the stew of this whole entire world it's changing, and it's getting a little different. I think obviously the social media thing is doing these YouTubes, these people who may have been world-class journalists and newscasters are getting fired, and they're saying, hey, I have a special skill and talent. I'm turning on the mic. I'm going to do this from my house. And guess what? I get to report the news as I see it. The things when I was in front of the network cameras, I had a producer screaming in my ear saying, oh, we can't talk about that. In the meeting before we're going to do a story, we can't talk about this. We can't discuss this. Well, hell, I'm here. I'm just on YouTube doing my thing for the people, First Amendment rights of speech. And guess what? I'm going to tell you guys what really is going on. That's how we get the Don Lemons on there doing great shows. But also because of that, and we know that they're real people. When you get in front of that mic and they're not have a producer in here, they don't have to worry about advertisers. You can drop an F-bomb. You can call somebody a son of a bee. You can, hit people with the aluminum peas and everything like that. And it's also kind of mirroring this Trump administration, where Trump isn't afraid to also drop an F-bomb, isn't afraid or shies away from acting unpresidential or uber angry or quote unquote masculine, if you will. And this is how we are we can call it evolving or devolving with the way we communicate news to the public at large. Oh my God, yo! If you were my hype man, I would fire you right now. Don't when I'm spitting bars. You gotta spit my bars back. You gotta hit him with a brah or something like that.
I don't do those.
Put that mic a little closer to your mouth, because you gotta point it up in a way to your face right now. Point it down towards your mouth.
Right to my face? That's crazy. That's crazy work.
I wasn't even thinking like that.
Is that good?
Hey guys. So yeah, we got.
Okay, so the screen is black on live. So
no, it shouldn't be. Maybe you're a little behind. It should be right now. My face.
It's been black for like ever.
I hit play on the live.
Okay.
Hit live.
It's fine.
Yeah. I did notice that too. I was like, it was black because I was talking and I didn't realize.
Hey, and Cherry's in the chat.
I'm being boycotted, Aunt Sherry. Because I did something bad.
Very deserved. Because I've been told you to stop messing with that man.
I mean, just because you told me to stop doesn't mean it's deserved what's going on here.
I mean, stop messing with people, man. Stop messing
I don't
with
think you
people.
understand. Like you know who you're married to? You know who you're dealing with?
I know you, yes. Of course.
I don't pull out of situations. I don't do ceasefires. I ratchet it up. That's what I do. But I'm not. I'm going to take my wife's advice, because Gucci Mane reportedly took his wife's advice when dealing with
Smart man.
Pooh Shiesty. Holla. That's what the streets are saying. I bring all of this up, all right, because we did the whole Offset thing. Mm-hmm. We talked a little bit about Trump and Iran, which we'll spin back to, because that is just a whole thing that what we got to do. That's the whole thing what we got to do. We got to kind of keep that focus here, right? But also I cannot deny the fact that Gucci Mane, Guwap, if you will. I did it, if you will.
His name is Gucci Mane?
It's Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane. M-A-N-E. Mane.
Right. I thought it was man. Gucci Mane. But I don't know.
But you just thought he was saying it with his accent? No, he actually spelled it with his accent.
Is he American?
Yeah, he's from.
American.
No, he's from where's 21 Savages. No. He's from Gucci's from Atlanta. Gucci.
He was from Florida, but okay.
No, Atlanta. I thought he was from Florida too at one point when he did that movie with James Franco, the Spring Break movie or whatever.
I don't even know his name, so perhaps I'm wrong.
I mean, Ev, it's okay. I'm not gonna light you up for that. You're right. Gucci.
See, she's saying that you deserved it. You deserve to be.
Listen, I don't know what I did. I had a little fun in the group chat. There was some confusion on both sides. At one point, during a conversation that I had with this man last night for over a half hour, he told me that he owned the group chat. He said, I own the group chat. That's my group chat. And I was like, oh, you want that? And then I started messing with the group chat. I shouldn't have trolled him. I was having too much fun.
And
I
told you this, and you chose.
And he's upset. But sometimes you're having too much fun, and I'm not doing anything petty or mean or hateful or anything. I'm just having a laugh,
Well, he didn't.
And then someone gets serious, but when he gets mad, he gets even funnier. So now I'm thinking he's playing along with me. At one point, he said something. I don't know. He said something about, "Don't be playing with me when I'm don't be playing with my seriousness." Hold on, that requires a. That's a bar right there. But I wasn't sure because we were going back and forth. I don't usually play with him like that either.
You don't.
He got a little bit of the 3 times. He got some Reese. That's what he got, some Reese. But he was just acting like he was like, I don't know. I was at work, and then I don't read the group chat all the time. I read the group chat, and I was like, oh, well, like, what's going on here? This is out of, because I was reading group chat. Group chat was calm, and all of a sudden there was a tsunami. A tsunami.
He's been in his feelings about the group chat for a few days. And then you don't mess with him about the group chat even more. He wasn't his feelings.
I think that's why it was. Because I'm like, yo, why are you in your feelings about the group chat? It's nothing, yo. We all right.
I don't know. It started like a whole thing. I don't know what.
Yeah. So I was just messing with him, like, huh.
We don't even use it for anything crazy. Like, I don't
Oh,
know.
well.
I don't know.
Oh, well. We got time, man.
Well, that man apologize. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't know if I can apologize, though. Apologize to that man. Apologize to that man. That's Bad Boys 2. Remember? They're in the house, and he's fighting Goldie Dread. Blondie Dread. Was it Blondie Dread or Goldie Dread?
I don't know.
You guys let me know in the chat. Was it Blondie Dread or Goldie Dread? Bad Boys 2, you know what I'm talking about. No, man, the devil's not allowed in my house. That's such a good scene when it's like the revolving, going through the rooms and showing them shooting. Boom, boom, boom.
All of the movies are great.
You said all of them. And the thing is,
I love them.
you watched 3 and 4, and I haven't gotten a good look at 3 and 4 yet.
You haven't?
No, I got them in the collection.
I just watched 4 again.
I know you were.
A couple weeks ago.
And I was like, damn, she's enjoying herself. Maybe I need to check this out.
I love those movies, all of them. The last one was really good.
Really, really good?
It really was.
Really
It was
actiony.
very funny. Because Martin is I quote him Martin.
Yeah, Martin is, yo.
He's freaking hilarious, okay?
I don't know. This is just like a stoner thing, if you will. But, yo, we used to like hit a J and watch Bad Boys 2, and you don't do anything but pay attention to Martin. That's all you do is just pay attention to Martin. If he's in the background, eyes follow him around. He's going to make a face. He's going to do something, and he is hilarious.
Yeah, he's very funny.
It's a pretty fish,
really
big,
good.
nice. It's pretty good. All right, so updates. Former SOCOM employee has been arrested as being the suspected leaker of the information about the shot down F-15E fighter, where there is a lot of discrepancies going on, and that little argument between Iran and the United States. We got the ceasefire that's going to be for 2 weeks. We had Donald Trump saying, hey, listen, you got 48 hours to open up the effing strait. And then, of course, they call him Taco. And I don't like saying this because I've been hearing this online all day. Trump is called Taco. You know what that means?
No.
Trump always chickens out. You've never heard that? I love it. At least I'm doing something good here. I'm enlightening
Good
here.
for you, yeah, because I don't know.
You know who the term was invented by the Wall Street bros on Wall Street, because on Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, he always chickens out. That's when he lets the stock markets know that, hey, I was just playing. Run that money up. Run it up. Run it up. Run it up. That's a song by Lil TJ featuring Offset. Let you guys know that.
You were just playing.
If you guys didn't know that, that's what that is.
And Sherry said that you should apologize.
Like, do you think I'll get like an apology in response? Do you think it's too old responsible?
And I think you should follow our advice. That's all I'm gonna say. I think you should.
I don't know. That lady told Samson to cut his hair. How'd that happen? That lady told Frank Lucas to wear that mink coat to the fight. How'd that happen?
Okay.
You think you're like Portia?
Who's Portia?
I think that was Caesar's wife telling him, beware the Ides of March. We're in April. We're in April.
I don't think I'm anything but Evelyn.
We're in April. That's not the answer I was looking for. It really isn't.
I'm hungry and I want some Mexican food. I just had to put that out there.
Yo, is La Tentacion open?
I don't know, but I think I'm going on DoorDash and ordering some food. Is that a greedy thing to do?
No, it's not.
8:30 at night.
No, enjoy your food.
I just made some.
That spaghetti
really
was
good
actually
spaghetti,
good.
Though.
That's something I want to bring up for the chat. I think that is something that I want to bring up as a topic of his show. And I know we got other topics, but it's important to me
What?
because you and I have different ways to approach spaghettis.
Oh, you didn't like my spaghetti?
No, I think it's delicious. I loved it. You saw when I went and got second. Stop playing with me, right?
You got second.
Boom. Yeah. So I got the second spaghetti, right? But this is the thing. Evelyn likes to make the spaghetti and put everything all in one bowl and mix it up.
No, I actually make them separate and then I put it all together.
Well, there you go. But when you serve it, you're serving it all together.
Yes.
Whereas I am a noodles over here, get your sauce it up the way you like over here, and boom. You know what I mean? What kind of people are you guys out there?
I like it all together because I want the noodle to soak it all up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put all the seasoning to the sauce because I'm also a sauce person, but I gotta season the sauce. I don't care what the sauce is saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna season.
I season that sauce too. It's just sitting in another pot. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, and I cook the meat. Then I put the sauce in the meat, and then I'm going to.
That's what I do.
Season it there, and then I make the spaghetti, and then I put everything together.
Then you put everything together. I do the same thing except putting everything together.
Exactly.
Like I let you do it.
But I don't. That reminds me of high school. Remember in high school they used to give us spaghetti,
and it's just like
with a little
the
bit of
sauce on
Never
top.
enough sauce and meat on the. And ever since then, I hated spaghettis like that.
That's interesting.
Also, Dominicans, we don't.
There we go.
Red spaghettis, we don't.
Sherry Ford says pasta and sauce separate. That's where I'm at.
Well, that's where you get it from. There you go.
That because we eat spaghetti. She's eating sketties. That's what she's eating. She's eating some sketties. Some spaghettis. Spaghettis. That's what she's eating. Spaghettis.
And you had twice, so you must have
it was good. I just do it differently, like that.
Yeah, I know you do.
But I realized the first time, it took me a while to realize what you were doing because I would make spaghetti and I would make the sauce and I have the noodles and then you would put the food up and it would all be in the same container. I'd be like, yo, why she do that? Why she do that? I was like, maybe she's saying it in Tupperware or something like that. And it just took me a little bit more time to figure out that, she is a sketty making MF right now. Delicious sketty making MF. There was no olives in it and I'm kind of disappointed.
Olives? I never put olives in my spaghetti. Actually, as a Dominican, we usually do. But
I could have sworn I've had some spaghetti you've made with olives in her.
I have because I'm Dominican
Okay.
and we do put it there. So if I want some,
I didn't mean to hit the EU.
So if I want some Dominican spaghetti, I'm gonna put some olives in there.
By all means.
I usually don't because the little kids don't like it either. So.
F them kids.
A Dominican thing is to eat spaghetti with white rice or tostones. So Dominican.
Yo, am I still live?
Yeah.
Oh, because this thing
Would
is
I be
saying I'm
wrong
not.
if I order some Mexican food or if I just eat some spaghetti? I don't know. I just want to eat.
Right.
We grew up eating pasta in a large pot. Pasta and sauce. That's how it was made to feed a large
family. Yeah, I get it. It's still delicious like
makes
that.
sense.
But sometimes I want to go like extra saucy. You know what I mean?
I made extra sauce today. I actually made extra saucy today.
Nice. No, it was nice. It was
Like
dead.
I made some.
Yeah, do that. Do it like that now. For now on. If you're gonna mix it all together, make the extra sauce and throw it in there because it helps.
Oh, you like that? Yeah, I put extra sauce today. I usually don't make it that saucy, but I did.
Yeah, I liked it. It was delicious. Yo, if guys didn't know, check this information out. Oh Lord, I hate when it does that.
What?
When it just, you hate when you scroll on Instagram and you about to scroll into something good you see and then it scrolls all the way back up to the top.
Oh, I hate that.
That's the worst. Everybody hates that.
Do that.
Why don't they fix that?
I have no idea why, but everybody has always complained about that, and they have not fixed it. Instagram does not care.
Instagram is sometimes not the best to us as the consumers. All
You
right,
gonna
so
do some scrollers or something?
I wasn't really going to do some scrollers. I was trying to go into my Instagram, which always takes forever to get to when I'm streaming, so I can pull up some of these extra little videos and everything like that. But basically, there is a post on Instagram going on saying that in 2022, 2020, Citigroup found that systemic racism and economic exclusion have cost the U.S. economy at least $16 trillion over the past decade. It had a nice little picture to it, and it looked like some good information. And you're thinking like, oh man, this is anti, racism information. Like, it's got to be good to go. As you know, we're here because we're not just a show where we talk about the news and everything like that. We definitely talk about misinformation. We definitely do it on both sides. I've been focusing on the right wing of the misinformation because I feel it's very detrimental to our country right now. However, with this Citigroup finding, it wasn't totally accurate. So I was hoping that the illustration would be up there so you could see, but I'll give you the information, the real information nevertheless. All right, so it is true that the city finding, it was real, but it has an important nuance. And basically the nuance is this. In 2020, City GPS report did not say the U.S. literally wrote a trillion-dollar check. It estimated that if key racial gaps affecting Black Americans had been closed 20 years earlier, the U.S. economy could have been $16 trillion larger. Citi focused on 4 gaps, which included wages, education, housing, and investment. A tighter way to say this is, in 2020, Citi estimated that the racial inequality affecting Black Americans cost the U.S. economy about $16 trillion and lost GDP over 20 years, largely through disparities in wages, education, housing access, and business investment opportunities. That's just Black Americans that are being oppressed, and that's how much the GDP has lost. Think about all the other Americans that are being oppressed, as well as Black Americans. All right. Now, some of the components a city did highlight in a report was about $113 billion in lost wages from unequal access to higher education. Then another $218 billion in lost housing sales due to discrimination in lending. And then there's a roughly $13 trillion in lost business revenue because Black entrepreneurs face barriers to credit and capital. Now, Citi did later revise an issue in 2024. It said racial gaps were still acting as a major drag on our economy, updating parts of the earlier analysis rather than walking it back. So, if you want to know that, they didn't walk back any of that information. They just did some updates with the figures out there. But racism is costly, and that's what that was about. So I'm letting you know. Imagine if we weren't oppressed here. It makes sense too. You want to know why? Because I got to think about this, and we're gonna talk about white people now, and I'm gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna try to be a little bit really drill down and be accurate, be a little bit more focused instead of like a broad range view of things, right? But check this out. I think like one of the biggest things when we're talking about racism in America that eats it up and eats up at this GDP is because it's a lack of competition. For so long, white males particularly. like to be clear, I need someone to help me. Like when I'm talking about white males, I'm talking about yeah, there you go, those guys. A young white male man. And yes, that's true. We need strong men out there everywhere, all colors, shapes, sizes, creeds. This is the thing though. So when you're in a racist society and it's telling other groups you can't do this, holding other groups back, that does not necessarily give you very much competition for the privileged groups. So yeah, you might think, oh my God, I'm a white guy and I gotta go against Billy Bob John, whatever white default stereotypical names you want to add to this, right? And that is your only competition. Okay, think about this. Let's put it in a more visual scale, a historical scale, if you will. I did it, if you will. You should like ring me up every time I say if you will, right? Think about this. Think about Major League Baseball before Black people were allowed to participate in the sport, right? We had the Negro Leagues, we had the Major Leagues. during both of their existence, there was always talk that, yo, if the Negro Leagues players play the Major League players, we're going to whip that ass. And they used to have annual games where the championship team would play the championship Negro League team. And guess what would happen? Every year, them Yankees would get that ass smacked up on, right? So, I mean, we do the world champion. You guys understand. They're world champions, but they only played teams that were in America. They didn't go across the world, right? You're not getting the best, the brightest, the strongest, the fastest, the quickest, the smartest. You're not getting that. That is how racism did. It just confined white men to each other's company. They didn't have any outside competition. They're playing an inside game amongst each others, and then there was an inside game within that for the ones that were less well off and less and less educated, right? They still give them a little pie, right? But it wasn't a steel sharpening steel type of thing. And they got soft because of it. They got comfortable because of it. And they started getting arrogant because of it. And they made mistakes because of all of this. And this is probably the biggest detriment to the United States of America and racism that affected us. Right? So now we get some black people that got some rights, some civil rights. They can go to school now. They can compete. Yes, we know there's still more discriminatory practices, but basically that's in a nutshell. So this is my question that I was asking myself, right? I'm hiring a manager and we're talking about some DEI stuff right now, okay? Right, you get two equal candidates. You get a black guy and you get a white guy. Same test scores, and same university scores, same all of that stuff, interviewed well. They both look and smell great. Who are you hiring?
The white guy, per usual. That's what most people hire. Who am I hiring? Obviously.
You personally.
And they're both the same qualifications and everything?
That's because you're, both same qualifications.
I'm hiring the black person.
Why would you hire the black person opposed to the white person?
Because I'm supporting my,
your people.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Me personally, I would look at the black guy and hire him because I'm like, yo, they are both at the same place, but I don't believe they necessarily started off at the same place, which tells me that, hey, this guy started his race maybe a whole lap behind this guy, but they're both here in my office at the same damn time. This guy had to run a little bit farther. I'm going to look out for him a little bit more. I'm a little bit more interested in him being an employee. Not saying that this other guy is washed or anything's bad. I just know that this guy is a little bit more resilient. I'm figuring that he had to
work harder
just because of his skin color. I mean, a lot of people will say, hey, Mo 3 times, you're being stupid there because your skin, I don't know skin color. But for us educated people that know, that read the books, that understand the stats, understand the history of this, that it would be my personal reason of saying, oh, these guys both did this, but I understand this guy got a whole lap head start at least. And I'm being nice when I say one lap, right? Now, check this out, Evelyn. Dun, 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 dun. We have a rich black man and we have a poor white man. Same spot, same grades, same everything. Who do you hire?
A rich black man.
You got a candidate that came from a wealthy, well-off-to-do black family. Right? You have another candidate that he grew up in a working class family. Got his degrees and everything. They both have they went to the same schools, same grades, same experience. Well, not same experience, remember?
Experience at work.
But same work experience, yeah. Who are you hiring?
It's going to go off of vibes. Because you also have to...
Yeah. Who do I want to be in the office with?
It's so important to me. Because this white guy could be cool and he could have great vibes, and then the black person may not. So I think that also is very important when you're hiring. It's not just looking at it on a piece of paper or whatever, a PDF.
But that was going to be my answer exactly. Well, in the same sphere, I was going to do another round of interviews just to check vibes and see who is who.
In that case.
Yeah, another round of interviews there. But why would you make that decision of doing another round of interviews? Look, this is a black man. He's wealthy. You know, he hasn't had as any type of friction that his other black, less wealthier peers may have had. He's probably had an easier time and a more comfortable life than his mirror white competition there trying to get the same job as him. Why are we doing the third round of interviews instead of saying that, hey, this white working class background guy probably had to be a little bit more resilient, had to be a little bit more crafty of how he got to the spot rather than this rich black kid?
Because like I said, to me it's gonna be off of vibes. So if I didn't get the vibes off of the second one, I mean, and I think that will go for either whether I had 2 black people, 2 white people, 1 Spanish, 1, you know what I mean? It will go off of, I can't decide based on qualifications and experience and work experience.
Yeah.
If you're the same, it's gonna be harder to decide. So I'm either going to focus on your qualifications or your knowledge or your experience that you can bring into the company a little more. If they're the same, then I don't know.
Right.
But also, like I said, that's why I think vibes are important. I need to meet you for a third time and then ask those questions that we already went through, all the serious questions. Now it's gonna be more of questions of
your hobbies. What do you do for?
Yeah.
Why are you trying to work here?
More as a person, see if you're gonna fit with the team that we already have. That's very important.
Right. You would walk up to them and with a camera in their face and say "Uchi Wally Wally" and then point at them.
No, I wouldn't. Do
and they would be like stuck, and you'd be like, "Oh, you're not getting hired."
Oh.
Then the other guy goes "Uchi Bang Bang," and you're like, "Oh."
No, I wouldn't do that. That's definitely not gonna make me pick someone.
I mean, that's like part of the vibes test, though. That's part of the vibes test. Now, why in the first selection when you hired the black man didn't you go off of vibes there? They both still had the same, education, same outcomes of work and experience and everything. What made you hire, the working class black kid over the working class white kid?
I already know off the rip is gonna be more in common than me with the company than or my other people than someone that.
I don't like that answer from you. Are you really thinking this over?
Sure, it's different.
No, because really, if we're gonna go with vibes, we're gonna go with the vibes. I mean, you can be, I can be next to a black dude that I have absolutely nothing in common with. I'm gonna have more.
Are gonna be important.
I would probably have more in common with a white guy my age from South Jersey than I would have with a black guy my age from, say, L.A.
But potentially.
That would be, but that's kind of.
But South Jersey, a white man in South Jersey.
Now we're talking. It's a culture thing, though.
White men in South Jersey are very racist, though, for the most part. So.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Not all of them, but yeah, a lot of them are.
Like our age, you think?
And younger.
And I think the young kids, because sometimes it skips a generation.
Sure also, yeah, of course they are. Are you kidding?
Like, do you think it's like Mississippi type racism, or is it like the more ingrained? Look, this society has been racist. And
I think it's in the blood.
I just grew up just being.
I don't think that everyone. But
I think that every white person is racist. I'm gonna go ahead and say that.
Do you really?
I think so. I think the majority of them are racist, and when I'm saying 95, and I'm not saying like, hey, I want to hurt you or I want to fuck you over in life because of your skin color. I'm just saying like the awareness that they aren't aware because of their whiteness. Because
they're not aware that they're racist.
Yes, because their leaders protect them from any type of having to see
to recognize. To recognize
when they see it, or see it as like you're kind of
To them, it's normal. Those things that they may see,
they're trained.
and they're just like, oh, that's just normal.
Yeah,
it's a normal thing.
that's a part of our culture. Part of your culture has racism ingrained in your culture. The reason why your culture can stand and survive is because of that racism that was ingrained in there. I'm just talking this out right now. This isn't. I didn't read a new book or anything like that. It's just like little thoughts that I have
Very much
when I'm sitting in traffic. But yeah, I think all racism is harmless. But yeah, I treat it like The Walking Dead. We found out when the dude died, he wasn't bitter or anything. He dies and he rises as a zombie. You're like, oh, you were already infected with it. It's kind of how I feel like that. And on a grander scale, I think that it affects all of us, obviously, in different ways. We all got that racist zombie in us because of this society that we live in.
I mean, there are a lot of black people that are, I don't know, I guess you can't call them racist, but
you wouldn't call them racist.
And Latinos that are racist, that don't like any other race. That's a thing.
Yeah, people are getting to that little tribalism going on. But I think that could be more of a bigotry, and I don't think that bigotry escapes any race.
Yeah,
I think it's there in everybody.
I totally agree. Definitely
but then when we're talking about racism, I'm talking about a specific definition that involves the manipulation of law, for society, basically the entire society, that manipulates the entire society based off of someone's skin color, background, or something like that, and then it has to be by people who can influence it. So not every white person to me can actually be racist. I have to take that back.
Why are you taking it back?
Because I have to say it a little bit better. I think that and it still stays with the Walking Dead theme of everybody is racist. Like, it is in you. It is in you. That bigotry may not be in there, though, for specific people, for individuals. We're still working this out. What are you scrolling on? Tell me. Is it good? Share these things.
Mexican food.
Oh my God. Now what are you looking at?
Mexican mariachi grill.
All right. And specifically, are you looking at some guac and nachos?
Yeah, I did.
I know that. Did you look at the tacos, the steak tacos?
I looked at the tacos, but I'm thinking that I want something else.
Like what?
I'm looking at the menu. This is a different restaurant I've never seen before, so I'm looking to see what they have.
Damn, Offset Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty messed it up. All right. Listen, I have to now. I have to turn up for my peoples.
And at the end of the day, I think that if there are people in Iran who now, given everything that's happened, are willing to move in a different direction for their country, that would be great. Imagine in Iran that instead of spending their wealth, billions of dollars supporting terrorists or weapons, had spent that money helping the people of Iran, you'd have a much different country. So we are always hopeful that that would exist over there. And at the end of the day, I think that if there are people in Iran who now, given everything that's happened, are willing to move in a different direction for their country, that would be great. Imagine in Iran that instead of spending their wealth, billions of dollars supporting terrorists or weapons, had spent that money helping the people of Iran, you'd have a much different country. So we are always hopeful that that would exist over there. And at the end of the day, I think that if there are people
in 50 states, we have all these other people, we're fighting wars. We can't take care of daycare. You got to let a state take care of daycare, and they should pay for it too.
You see my remake?
They should pay. They have to raise their taxes, but they should pay for it. And we could lower our taxes a little bit to them to make up. But it's not possible for us to take care of daycare, Medicaid, Medicare, all these individual things. They can do it on a state basis. You can't do it on a federal. We have to take care of one thing.
How are you going to come up with money that have funded federal?
That's crazy because then our United States. I mean, could it be possible? Yes, it could be possible. We could do some type of, I don't know, baseball has that profit sharing thing. our states already have that profit sharing thing. I think we found out that New Jersey sends billions, hundreds of millions of dollars to Washington, D.C. that gets distributed amongst the less fortunate red voting states.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But as a New Jerseyan and as an as a human being, I'm not bitching that I got to pay some taxes because some old lady might need a catheter in Kentucky. Like, I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. You know, but it sickens me when people be like, "Oh no, we got to pay for these people to have the basics. Should be fed, should be clothed, should be housed, should have medical treatment and gainful employment." You know, if you're going to govern and put us under these rules, these are things that you should provide. You know what I mean? It would be hard. We have 2 kids in our household. It would be hard for me to tell any of them to do any fucking thing if they didn't have any clothes, any food, any shelter, or anything. Like, why would they even have to listen to me? Right. What is my effing purpose? That's just a thought when I be sitting in traffic. That's just a thought. But as he says this, like, for national child care, and I get that America is a large country, there are other countries that do it. Sweden, Norway, Denmark. Didn't he want to steal Denmark or something like that? One of them. Finland, Iceland. Was it Iceland? Was it Greenland? He wanted to steal one of them places. But listen, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland, and Iceland, they lead providing and ensuring right to high quality government supported care. Sweden has a universal system where over 90% of their children aged 18 months to 5 years attend early learning programs with heavily subsidized fees. Denmark offers nearly universal access to subsidized daycare for very young age. Norway and Iceland both rank high for providing affordable quality childcare as a national priority. Did you know that Finland provides a subjective right to early childhood education and care called ECEC, ECEC, for all children under school age? Huh? Other notable countries? We want to throw out the Belgiums, the Lithuanias, the Slovenias. They offer free access to childcare for children under 3. Germany provides government-supported systems with a right to daycare. Canada, Quebec is famous for its long-standing $5 to $10 a day provincial system, with the federal government now implementing a national affordable system. May I ask you a question? It might be a little personal to you, but how much did you pay for childcare per week?
Oh God, I don't even remember.
For one child? A month?
It was,
You want to figure it out and get back to me?
I don't remember.
I'm rolling along. You figure it out. Please do me a favor and figure that out and give me a number. But this is all the things that we could be doing. But this dude who said, "Hey, I'm not starting any more wars. I'm going to put America first." We thought that we were going to be isolate ourselves from the rest of the world and build our factories and take care of us. That did not happen. That didn't happen. But I knew that wasn't going to happen. And I've been trying to tell you guys this. But if you're in the chat, I know you know already. Air horns for you. I can't afford rent. Baby girl, I can't afford the healthcare payment. But Roscoe, you could have if you stopped smoking crack. And America's crack is the military.
America's crack.
America's crack is the military. It is the military. Like, we're in a situation right now where we're saying Iran was going to hit us with a nuclear weapon when we've been saying that for the last 20 years. Benjamin Netanyahu has been saying for literally like the last 15 years that Iran was 2-3 months away from a nuclear weapon. Over the summer, we're supposedly obliterated all of these nuclear testing sites and nuclear laboratories that they had, the underground bunkers with all the nuclear stuff in there. We obliterated that, and yet we're over here saying that the excuse that for being in Iran right now is because they were a threat to the United States of America, because you saw some old ass footage of them burning America flags down to the ground. And instead of saying, hey, like, why are these people doing this and getting an answer, you were just like, oh, they hate us. We need to destroy them before they destroy us. But we already know how we get down in these United States. They said, oh, Iran is the number one, Iran is the number one threat of human terrorism or some shit like that. Come on, bro. Thank you. That's exactly what I was saying. If you guys had that same sentiment upon hearing that information that Iran is the number one terrorist, state-sponsored terrorist organization, and you were like, ah ha ha.
Iran is not in other countries trying to take over them that have oil. Iran is not.
The United States. Hell, New Jersey. Go ahead. Iran. Yeah, they're not. They're not. I'm sure they're screwing their people over, but not any more than America. The American government is screwing their people over right now. Literally in your face, asking you for $200 billion when you didn't do anything to lower those grocery prices. When you got the gas prices going higher, and shit's about to hit the fan. I'm going to say,
but the child with cancer can't go get treatment because
nope.
They don't have any funding.
Nope.
Because the government said no.
Luigi Mangione
can't go get her meds because she can't afford it because the government said no. So
can't fix Luigi's back. Can't fix Luigi's back.
Spare me.
Nope.
Spare me the nonsense.
So, but this is where we are. That's why
we have a true
title of the show. That's why we have this title of the show. Like you got to feel this too. Don't you? Don't you feel it? Huh?
But a lot of people don't care.
Today was the first day ever in my life that I asked a man for 50 in my truck.
50?
I've said, hey, can you throw 40 in there before? I've done 20. I've done fill 'em ups.
Fill it up?
I do fill 'em ups.
Fill it up over 50?
I haven't been on like a consistent fill 'em up basis with gas at all since
this nonsense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I have no choice because that thing eats gas. I gotta. Yeah, but I was like on I was damn near E. I was like, yo, just here, throw a 50 in there. Like it was probably just less than a quarter of a tank. Like the light was about to come on. But yeah, I filled up from about the same position a week and a half ago, and it was like $72. And I got gas in between then. You were there.
I didn't look at the number though, bro.
Oh no, we were FaceTiming when I went to
Oh, okay, yeah. No.
Yeah, but he didn't even screw my gas cap back on all the way. Yeah, had my light popping on. But that's what it is, yeah. Crazy. I was like 50. I've never said that. I've been like, yo, throw 20. I've been like, yo, put a 5 in there. That's how I've gotten down before. But shit, I've never said 50. It's just such an odd number. It's such an odd number. Even though I know it was going to be 70 to fill it, I couldn't bring myself to say put 70 in there. My lips just won't do it.
$70 is a lot of money.
The fact that I said 50 was like, ugh.
That hurts.
Yeah, like,
Definitely hurts.
No Chick-fil-A for me. Nah, I'm just playing. But still, like, come on. If you guys have been cutting back on things,
it's either or.
If you did your Walmart shopping and you went and hit your save cart and bought it back out and realized that the prices went up, $100 from your last cart, let me know. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat, because it's crazy out here. And people aren't mad. I mean, we did No Kings protest, right? And when I say we, I mean my beautiful, splendid people out there that took part in the No Kings protest.
We saw a couple times.
Right, we did. They were out there with those signs. They were happy, joyous warriors out there. I remember, like, we did a show when they did the second No Kings protest, and there was a little statistic, an ESPN type of statistic that said when you get a certain amount of the population out there protesting, that things usually change. You need a certain percentage. And I think they were probably like a percentage behind last time, because it was like 7 million people had came out last time, something like that across the United States of America, probably more. And this time they had even more. They reported more, which I had predicted. And the second time, I predicted this knowing full well I wasn't going to participate, out on those streets in any of these protests. I will protest from behind this camera and mic. But, they have reached those levels to basically change society with the turnout from the King's protest. And we're talking about a turnout at the New King's protest where I'm sure black people were there. But by far and large, we have remained out of shit like this. It's basically been a bat signal in the air saying, hey, we're not going to participate in any type of these protests or anything like that, because they usually like to shoot rubber pellets and smoke grenades at us as soon as we step foot on asphalt. So with that, we haven't. But if you have that many people out in the streets, and you know that there were a lot of people that are like, just staying on code and staying home because we're sitting ourselves out of this one. But we know that there's more people that want to be out in those streets. I wouldn't mind being out there with my witty ass sign up there.
More like white people out there.
Yeah, it's a white, and that's basically what I was saying. The reason why it's white people out there is because black people's like, yo, we've been telling y'all this shit for years. We've been telling you this man is full of shit for years. Well, mainly black women have been saying this. Black men too, but we're at a little less percentage than black women when it comes to voting for, I don't know, making the right vote. That's
Sherry
it.
Said, good show. Mets kicking in. Good night, Sherry.
Good night.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't say the same about the Latino voters. Very disappointing.
But then that's when we come back and we can talk polls there, because they are changing their tune as well. They have adopted woke, and they're waking up. And they're saying, yo, this is some BS. This is not what we voted for. But at the end of the day, Evelyn, can we forgive these people? Can we bring them back into the fold? Last week I was reaching for the name of the man that was trying to say, hey, we need to go easy on these people that supported MAGA because they were lied to and they were hoodwinked and bamboozled and all of them. And that man's name was Tim Miller. That is his name, Tim Miller.
No, and we talked about this while the election was
quite passionately.
Pre-election. We were talking about people that are Trump supporters, and I told you I don't want nothing to do with them.
This was the guy.
I recognize him. I've seen him before.
Yeah, that was the guy, and basically he was saying like, and he was doing it as a.
Oh wow, he was born Christmas Day. Nice.
I am done with these type of I do not want to. For the sake of winning, there is a specific way that is not just about winning to me. It's about how you win. It's about the team that you win with. And I don't want anybody on my team that voted for this MF in 2016. I definitely don't want them if they voted for him in 2020. And you damn sure know I don't want you on the team if you voted for him in 2024. Mm-hmm. That is enough for me. You can sit it out. But yeah, I don't trust you.
I don't trust the change of heart because now it doesn't, because it's affecting you directly. I don't know.
Yeah, because
you never had it in your heart that others were hurt until it hurt you. I don't like that type of person.
Let me ask you this question: what if you're saying, "Hey, listen, I didn't know that Trump was in these Epstein things, and I find that crazy that he's in these Epstein things, and I want to change because I don't want to represent someone like that." That's not enough for you?
Absolutely not.
All right. Well, that's the only question I would have regarding that. Because honestly, yeah, if you voted for something, listen, if voting for your best interest involves oppressing people, you're a piece of shit. And those are not your best interests. Exactly. I think I proved that when I just did the statistics with, how racism has cost America trillions and trillions of dollars. And we're talking about just 16 trillions of dollars for the oppression of black people over the last 2 decades. Then imagine everybody else that's been oppressed. Imagine how much money we could have. I mean, when we were talking about kicking immigrants out, I ran the numbers on that. It is not a fiscally responsible position to kick out these immigrants because, first and foremost, they do all the hard work that you MFs don't want to do. They do it cheaply. They give more than they take. They're not getting these benefits that you said that they're getting.
I hate when I see it. When they keep repeating that crap.
Repeating this.
All the Democrats are so mad and they don't want to vote things because they're so mad that all the illegal aliens, like they love to call them.
Yep.
Can't get insurance or can't get food stamps, and I'm like, when have you seen a person that's undocumented that gets benefits? They cannot get benefits.
When have you seen someone that's undocumented vote?
Yeah, vote. Like, they're just so full of like they literally, Utah was one of the places where they did a recount. They checked, they spent millions of dollars in checking to make sure, because they wanted to prove so badly that people, that illegals, undocumented people were doing all these things that they're saying.
Yeah.
And I think they only found one person
that was
registered but never voted, even tried to vote.
That a lot of them were registered, never even tried to vote.
No, not a lot of them. It was only in the state.
No. I'm talking about of total of this voting conspiracy shit that they're talking about, or it was people who had ID, they had registered and they voted, didn't know that they could vote, and it was like a hand and feet total of people. We can't even. We could put our hands together and count as many people.
Those red states that have tried to bring proof, they have not been able to, because they have literally so insignificant that they have spent all this money to prove that this is really a big deal, and they have not been able to, because it's really not happening. You cannot get food stamps, you cannot go get benefits,
exactly.
If you don't have a social security number, if you don't have if you don't have the documentation to prove that you are that you live in the United States, that you are a legal either resident or a citizen of the United States. So there is no way, absolutely no way that they can do that. So the ignorance, it really makes me mad every time I see it, because they go so hard. Oh my God, this is why, and it's like, stop the bullshit. We're not dumb. We're not dumb. We know better. We know they don't get anything.
Right.
Stop all that nonsense to keep convincing your own dumb people that, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It truly is ridiculous.
It's shameless as well. It's just shameless. It is really extremely shameless.
Your hate goes so far.
Hey, do you remember?
Really want to believe it so
there
badly,
was like there were a couple of weeks where I think it was in Florida. They were arresting people who thought they were, had their voting rights restored and were voting, and were finding out that because they were a felon, that their voting rights had been taken away, and they were coming and arresting people.
No, I didn't know that.
I'm trying to think when they were arresting Florida inmates, and that was a big deal for a couple weeks.
So taking them back to jail.
Taking them back to jail for voting.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, you shouldn't lose your right to vote because you went to jail. You're still a citizen of the United States.
I mean, isn't Donald Trump a felon and he still votes?
Yeah. Yes.
But he just voted the other day.
Yeah.
So why do
in
we
Florida?
have exceptions? Why do we have exceptions?
In Florida,
in that case, he should be arrested and go to jail.
He can't. He's the president.
Right, but he's a convicted felon.
Yeah, but the Supreme Court said you can't arrest the president.
I mean, he is a citizen of the United States. Shouldn't that apply to everyone?
You can't arrest it. You cannot arrest a sitting president.
Can get away with
he can literally get away with murder. You can't arrest him until he's out of office.
Well, we got 3 years. Two and some change. I'm counting because you know what, 3's too long.
I just want to make sure that we got these T's dotted and I's crossed. That's right, yeah. Let's ask, how can he vote in Florida then? 34 counts. I remember those 34 counts.
Yeah. Not 1, not 2.
34.
34.
All right, so it comes down to a technicality and how Florida handles out-of-state felony convictions. First, Florida doesn't automatically treat all felons the same. If someone was convicted in another state, Florida looks at the state's law to decide if the person can vote. So since he was convicted in New York, not Florida, New York law says felons can vote as long as they are not in prison. So in Florida defers to New York's rule. That means Trump can vote in Florida unless he were actually incarcerated on election day. It feels inconsistent because a person convicted in Florida often cannot vote until they finish their sentence and pay all the fines and fees, but somehow convicted outside Florida can sometimes vote sooner depending on other states' rules. Bottom line is he can vote because his conviction is from New York. His 34-count felonious conviction happened in New York. New York allows voting if not imprisoned. Like probably all states should allow. And Florida allows that rule for out-of-state cases. Now, that is why Donald Trump can still vote. Great question.
I guarantee you that most people get denied, though.
I mean,
you already know how they are in Florida.
You went to Florida and you tried to bust a move, a Florida to New York move, and they got you in New York, and they're not allowing you to vote in Florida. Yeah. Get the lawyer. All right, guys, I got $1.50 for you, and then we are out. If you enjoyed this show, please do me a favor, hit like, share, subscribe. And we're on every Wednesday at 7:30. However, I do have an announcement. We are doing spring cleaning, and this will be the last show of the month. And we will be back May 6th. That's right, guys. May 6th. We're doing spring cleaning. You're going to get a better show, whole new look. More segments, more streamlined for your viewing and listening pleasure. All right. So this goes back to the Marco Rubio thing. All right. You guys heard Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, and what he said sounded good on the surface. But when you zoom out, the shit gets real interesting. Basically, Rubio was saying Iran should stop spending billions on weapons and start investing in its people. And that sounds reasonable. I think you would agree with that, right? But imagine a different Iran. He says, one that helps its citizens instead of funding conflict. But here's where it gets tricky, all right? Because at the same time, the United States is pushing one of the largest military budgets in modern history. So now we've got this weird contrast that we're talking about, right? We're telling another country to stop funding your military, take care of your people, while we're doubling down on defense spending ourselves. And look, both things can be extremely true. Iran does spend heavily on military and religion and regional influence. That's not a debate. That's documented. But the question isn't just what Iran is doing. The question is who gets to say it and how consistent are they when they do? Because from the outside looking in, this starts to feel like less advice and a little bit more positioning, narrative building. You know what I mean? So he even paints a picture like imagine a different Iran, a country focused inward instead of projecting power outward. But here's where things get complicated. While the message is being delivered, the United States, like I said before, is pushing the largest military budgets we've seen. All right, so we're telling Iran, stop funding conflict, take care of your citizens, while we're continuing to fund the most advanced war machine on earth. And this isn't pretending Iran doesn't fund regional influence, because we know they do. That's documented. This conversation isn't just about what Iran is doing. It's about who gets to define these rules, who gets judged by them. Because when one country's military spending is framed as defense and another is framed as destabilization, that's not just policy, right? It becomes a narrative. And narratives shape everything that comes next. They shape the public opinion. They shape alliances. They shape what people are willing to support. They shape what people are willing to ignore. So when Rubio says Iran should invest in its people, the real question isn't whether that's true. The question should be, is that a universal standard, or are you just being selective? Because if it's universal, then everybody gets measured by it. And if it's selective, then we're not just talking about policy anymore. We're talking about that positioning. We're talking about that influence and control over how the story is getting told. So when Marco Rubio says that, don't listen to his statement. Watch the alignment. Right? Stop pouring billions into weapons. Start investing in its people, healthcare, infrastructure, stability. That's what he said. That sounds like common sense. Yep. It's a mirror. It's a mirror. This is more than $1.50, you know, because you got to look around. We got job growth that slowed, right? Some months the needle barely moves on job growth. Now, we don't have layoffs everywhere, but we don't really see any expansion either. And that's why a lot of people are out there feeling stuck, because if you have a job, it doesn't feel like enough anymore. These prices are still up. The groceries are higher. The rent is higher. Insurance, you shouldn't even ask about that. And you're not imagining this. Your dollar just doesn't stretch the way it used to. And then there's housing. You got homelessness. That shit is rising across major cities and small towns alike. Not just chronically unhoused. We're talking about working people. These are people with jobs, and they're still being priced out. They're sleeping in cars. They're couch surfing. They're one missed check away from being outside. So when you hear, invest in your people from Marco Rubio, that's not foreign policy talking. That should be a mirror that he's put into his own stupid looking face, little Marco. Because what does that investment actually look like? I would think it's wages that keep up with reality. I would think that's housing people can actually afford. And I think we all agree it's stability where working full time means something again. Or is it telling people the economy is strong? While they're doing the math at the grocery store. You know? And this is where it hits. You can have a powerful country and you can still have struggling people. You can have record spending and you can still have shrinking confidence. So the issue isn't just what we tell Iran. The issue is whatever we're holding ourselves to the same standard. Because if investing in people is the goal, then it has to show up where people actually live, in their rent, in their paycheck, in their ability to breathe between bills. Otherwise, it's just words, Marco. And right now, a lot of people don't need words, and they need relief. Let the children say. I am Mo 3 times, and I am joined by the beautiful, lovely, talented, smart, wonderful
Ramid said his birthday is 4/25. Yes, happy birthday, Ramid. We won't be in, but happy birthday.
Happy birthday. I holla.
Like the 21st.
Holla. Happy birthday to all my April birthdays out there. Shout outs, Keeks.
Thanks, everyone, for joining in.
Please hit like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit your notifications bell, because although we Wednesdays won't be back until May, I will and may and will pop up on the mobiles, all right? Mo 3 times, talking shit, getting clicks. Ev love. We live. Shout out to the JumpOut gang. That's what we're supposed to do. All right, and I'll see you when I see you. Full song. We gotta go to full song out of here. Yeah. Tim Miller, get it together. Stop with that bullshit. We ain't forgiving you bitches yet.